I know you guys would never clip me out of context. No, no, no. There is certainly a lot of innuendos whenever I do painting streams, it seems. Hey, thank you, Kalibrovka. That's very kind of you, thank you. Okay. So far, so good. Now we gotta do the center part, or this, what do you call it? Like the middle section over here of the claw. One level down. It's like the natural expansion of the claw. Unless it's post-youth, then it's on the same plane, I guess. But that analogy works for every other map in StarCraft 2 that we've ever had. Post-youth is just a little bit of an outlier, I guess. Okay. Ah, that turned out much better actually than the first one. I mean, it's not much different in the end, but I like the approach a little bit better. Rather than just jamming paint on there, I decided to think about it for a second. Crazy concept, I know. Thinking about stuff before you do it? Not usually on this stream. Not usually in my life. But sometimes there may be an opportunity for exactly that. Sometimes thinking hurts, dude. Absolutely. So I actually also have to make his face pink. Not his entire face, but...
That done, we've now got a very pink Screamer-Killer.
We do have a very pink Screamer-Killer. Okay. It is true, Skull, yeah. StarCraft players aren't very good at thinking while they're playing the game. Usually that's a post-game analysis type of thing, you know? As soon as players start thinking, all jokes aside, as soon as players start thinking, they play like, at least 200 MMR less good. Minimum. Putting a little bit of pink on the teeth as well. I think it's fine. That's what Mr. Warhipster did in the video. And I do what Mr. Warhipster does. Tickle the tongue. About 2 months at this point, Jester. I have not streamed it a whole lot, no. Mostly just trial streams. This is like the first time that I'm actually feeling like starting up a large project on stream, and that's this one. That's this Screamer-Killer. Which is gonna take me a while to complete, I'm sure, but... looking forward to seeing how this goes in the end. That little bit I should not have painted like that, but it's okay. We can fix it up a little later. I'll have to use some Wraithbone for it, but... my new video is live? Sick. This is called a Screamer-Killer. Screamer-Killer. Not a Streamer-Killer, Red Panda. There will be no dead streamer here on this stream today. I hope. I'm aiming to stay alive today. Honestly, you have days where that is the main goal, dude. Just stay alive. I think that's a worthy goal. Try to not die. But no, this model is called Screamer-Killer. It's because he screams, I assume. That was me! That was my email! Okay. There we go. Okay. There we go. I think that's good. I got a couple of small little bits here on the face that I have to do. Is that a special paint to have? No, this is it's a paint called a contrast paint. It is still an acrylic paint, but it does not seem to use water as its basis. So like in order to dilute it, we have to use a special medium. So if you dilute it with water, the drying time and just the drying in general looks a little funky. Contrast paints are amazing, dude. If you're thinking about giving this a try, I highly recommend looking into contrast paints. They're really fun. I'm definitely gonna use conventional acrylics on this model too. But we're basically doing multiple steps with one coat of paint here. Because like that's kind of a cool thing about like mini painting compared to like painting on a canvas. So I've done a lot of painting on a canvas in the past, right? I've done a bunch of oil painting and like a bunch of just different shit, especially when I was younger. But since a canvas is flat, there's not really any recesses for paint to run into. And that is one major advantage you have with these minis. You can have paint run into these areas, and the more paint accumulates in these recesses, the darker the paint gets. Which is a really cool way of easily shading stuff without really having to like use a one-haired pencil, you know? You could also buy a colored model, absolutely. You could even not buy anything, then you don't have to paint anything either. That may be the real life hack. You can just buy models that are already painted. Ah, that sucks, lol. Sorry, what did sorry, I missed your comment, Gabe. My eyes glossed over. What did you say? Lowko, have you backed up every homework? Yeah, I said that I transferred every file. So there's a lot of different color schemes online. So for the Tyranids in particular, there's a million different ways to paint them. Let me see. Tyranid color schemes. There's a million different ways that people like to paint Tyranids. I am using the color scheme of the Leviathan, I think is what it's called. Which is basically the standard color scheme. But if you Google it, there's like... This is kind of an old thing over here, but like there's a lot of different ways of doing it. You can definitely find a Zerk color scheme too, if that's what you're into. But there's not really a right or a wrong way of doing things, you know? I've been following along with YouTube tutorials, and the YouTube tutorials, they give you the exact paints that they are using. So if they're using a certain paint, you can use those too. The thing about following the YouTube tutorials though is that all of those guys that make videos also have 1 million paints. So you kind of have to be a little smart about, you know, which ones you actually feel like picking up. Because you don't need all of the paints they use. I'm interested in seeing it, Atlas. Absolutely, dude. Okay, 2 more arms, and then we're done with this layer of pink, which has actually been quite a job so far. I think I'm gonna have to make one more little mix. Maybe 2. Yeah, you can do whatever you like. It's kind of sick actually, like I kind of like the default color schemes in general that they've come up with for the most part. But there are some really creative color schemes out there that, you know, just make the units look entirely different, which is kind of cool too. More mixing. So, especially if you have like an entire army, right? It's kind of cool to have a similar color scheme on an entire army, rather than have a bunch of different colors on everybody. Makes sense that you kind of have a bit of consistency going there. That's maybe also the downside of painting an entire army though. I have no intention of doing an entire army of Tyranids, but Tyranids are very swarmy, right? So you end up with 1,000,001 units. And I can imagine by like tiny little miniature number 74, you're getting a little tired of that exact color scheme. So I'm not exactly sure how they do it at tournaments. Like I'm assuming you can run slightly different color schemes if you want to. But it might be confusing if it's like a mirror matchup, or I don't even know how it works, dude. I have no clue. But I can imagine having at least a bit of consistency is nice. But I can imagine there's definitely people that mix it up for every mini. Like maybe have like consistency in like, I don't know, everybody has the same colored cloak or the same colored helmet or something. But then you can change it from mini to mini. Yeah, same colored base, exactly. In the end, you can just kind of do whatever you like, right? There's just some tournament rules. If you want to compete, I guess, but... that is an entirely different story. I know nothing about that. Okay. Getting there. A lot of people have a paint scheme and I just adjust it according to the unit type. Right. So I do know that there are rules for playing tournaments for this game. As far as like having to have painted armies goes. But I don't know exactly if there's also like rules as far as like the extent of painted armies goes. Like do you have to have consistency for each of your units? I guess making sure everything is part of a troop is nice, but... Not anymore? Okay. I guess they also want to just lower the barrier of entry, right? If they make a lot of unnecessary rules. It may just make everything more confusing for everybody involved, and they just want people to play. As long as it's painted. Right, okay. I think that's actually pretty sick, because otherwise you would have people just showing up with, you know, very plain looking things. What's going on, ASO? Hello. Okay. Another one of these arm sections. Okay. Speed. Before everything gets these ugly drawing lines again. It's kind of funny, I don't really want to go too fast, but gonna have to go at least reasonably quickly. So that, by the way, those drawing lines are one of the downsides of contrast paints. That is not something you have when you play with, or you use regular acrylics. With regular acrylics, you can let it dry and just go over with the next color again, and it's not an issue. But since these paints are kind of, like these contrast paints are kind of translucent, it has a bit of a different effect. So we have to be quite consistent here. Try to spot those drawing lines before they really form entirely. Okay, just like that. Couple of little areas here. Couple of little nukes. Okay. Just started your workday, nothing too hectic at the moment? Okay. Well, considering you're in the chat, I figured that it wasn't too hectic of a day then. You're quite new to this platform, so you have no idea about etiquette? Oh no, you can definitely give me advice, Brushlicker, that's fine. Some streams don't really appreciate that too much, though. I think that's mostly a streamer-specific thing. I personally don't like backseat gaming, which is when basically people tell me, oh, look, you should do this and this and that, but I'm always, you know, open to learning. It also kind of depends on the mood on the game and whatnot, you know, that I'm playing. Like, if I'm failing repeatedly and then a guy in the chat is like, Lowko, why don't you just... And then insert whatever advice they have, that can be a bit frustrating. So did a bit of a different thing. Backseat painting is okay, absolutely. Just get good, gamer. Sectionalize your application of the paint. Yeah, that's what I was doing with the last couple of... That's not what I did with the first arm. So I've been trying to like section it off a little bit more. Which does seem to make life a little easier. I just switched to another arm there for a second almost. Oh, I actually did for a little bit. Sick. I saw some spots and I got caught up painting another arm entirely. Oh, 100%. Now, I know the backseat gaming. I mean, it doesn't really get to me too much anymore these days, but when I first started streaming, it did definitely get frustrating to me. Especially when it was backseat gaming in games where, like, I know I'm pretty decent, you know? That's also like one of the things about backseat gaming, where it's quite tricky to take advice, I guess, from people, because there's a lot of people that are super excited and are just talking along, but their advice is actually just straight up Bronze League, you know? Like if Sarah was giving me advice in Twitch chat about StarCraft 2 related things, I'm gonna listen. But if it's like, say for example, I don't know, like if it's say rumpus, I know I'm better off just ignoring it entirely. You know what I mean? Oh hey Rumpus, what's up, man? He's the most recent VIP, guys. I gotta, you know. This was part of the contract. He didn't read it. He just accepted the terms. He scrolled down. Accept, next. You gotta find your mentors. Yeah. Exactly. Nah, I'm just kidding. But like, that's the thing about backseat gaming. And there's some streamers that are really strict about backseat gaming. But it also very much so depends on the mood though. Like say for example, when I was doing that boss in Elden Ring, or any of the From Software games I suppose, you know, but you get stuck on a boss fight for hours, and somebody randomly joins the stream, and they're like, hey, have you tried this? Have you tried that? And you're like, yes bro, it's been 12 fucking hours. I have tried all of those things. It can just be a bit of a tilter. But then I also know that there's people that go around Twitch just trying to tilt streamers. That is like their hobby. I picture them sitting there with like a friend. They're like, look bro, he's getting so fucking mad right now. Look at him go, oh, he's gonna get so angry. I should check the Discord? Okay, I'll check the Discord when I finish this little section over here. This arm. I think it's mostly done. You only try to get banned. That was me. That was my email, chat. That was my email again. All these filthy mech users in the chat that hear that sound and that think that they're important. No. That was my email. Lowko Hollywood? Yeah. I'm an internet spam sensation, dude. People email me all the time. You check your phone? Ha! No, I'm pretty open to help, absolutely. Look at the little kitty cat over here, dude. People took pictures of the kitty cat. Posted it on Discord. Ooh, Stargazer has a very different color scheme. Let me see. So Stargazer has like a bluish type of color scheme. There's like snow and stuff. Yeah. That's kind of sick. Looks very different than what I'm aiming for. You just got pinged? Oh shit, so I actually only just now logged into Discord. That's why you just got pinged. Yeah, no, it's a late ping because I wasn't on Discord. I just realized I wasn't logged in. But welcome to the Discord gamers. Hello. You guys have missed me applying copious amounts of pink. I have one more arm that I need to paint pink. We're getting there. And then we're gonna do another color. I think it's gonna be another shade of pink. 50 Shades of Pink. That's my favorite book. Pink is your favorite flavor? Like pink lemonade or just the color in general? Okay. We're doing a little section over here. Up until the next joint. Up until right about right here. There we go. Keep on pushing it around. Preferably before it dries. I think I'm even keeping the mini in frame most of the time today, dude. Insane. Crazy concept. Streaming so other people can actually see what's going on. Rather than constantly accidentally moving out of focus or... Ooh. Don't drop it, Lowko. That would be bad. I don't really know exactly how fragile this is, but... So this is technically not a contrast paint, actually. This is a shade. This is a little different than a contrast paint. But it functions very similarly. At least as far as the drying and whatnot goes. So this is basically a thinned down shade paint. A pink primer? No, this is Carroburg Crimson and then thinned down a bunch over here with this medium. The $1,000 minion is looking really sick, dude. Beautiful mini. You want to play 1,000 Suns? They look so cool. I don't recognize the name of that army necessarily right away. Maybe if I look at a photo or something, I will know what you're on about, but... I'm not too familiar with the game, or any of the names of any of the factions. But is this one of the Marine armies? Or one of the... Space Wizards? Oh, okay. I'm not too, I don't know why, but I haven't really been too excited about any of the regular human armies. Like the Space Marines, I know they're kind of like the most common unit, and they have a million and different flavors of them, but I don't really find myself gravitating to them very much. Maybe they're really fun to paint though, I'm not sure. Truly a Zerg player. I never play humans. I'll be honest with you, I never play humans in anything. Rarely do I find myself playing humans. Same in like, you know, RPGs or whatever. Sometimes I'll pick humans, but... If I want to play humans, I'll just play like an elf or something, you know? I guess they're like genetically engineered humans in this universe, but... That's just gonna be us in like 100 years. Kinda boring. This is a large section. Okay. Okay. Gotta keep moving. I'm almost out of paint. I don't really want to mix more of it. I want to finish this part. We're almost done. I think I'm actually just barely okay? Maybe. Most hyped up section of today's stream. Will Lowko have enough paint or does he need to mix more? I think I have to mix more. It's getting a little scratchy. Yeah, I should have mixed more. What if I just dip my brush into a little bit of the medium only? Would that work?
Will it be in red again?
That's not terrible. Yeah, it gets a bit of a scratchy texture, which I don't love, but for a first layer, it's fine. Aw, Lamia medium is sick. Gotta experiment a little bit, guys. Hey, thank you very much. Cool stream to the end and dance. Thank you very much. 1 year resub right there. Hell yeah, dude. Thank you. Well, a straight dip into the medium actually works surprisingly well. I'm surprised. It dilutes it, obviously, but it kind of lets the paint go for a little longer. Actually, I still need a little bit more. I still actually need to mix a little bit more. The medium meta, dude. Yeah, I'm gonna have to paint a little bit, get a little bit more. I think I can just do one brush full of this, and then roughly a third of a brush full of the other one. I think that's about a third. Need a little bit more. I'm not planning on playing games today on stream, no. But I hope you decide to stick around, though. If not, that's okay. I will be playing some more generals again tomorrow. We may actually do some more painting tomorrow too, though. I have a wet palette, but for this stuff I actually don't need a wet palette. But we will use the wet palette when we need it. I don't think you should use a wet palette for contrast and shades. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think you want to dilute it with water. I don't see why you would want to dilute it with water. Because I tried that, and it looked like shit. It got very scratchy, which is not what I was going for. Does it work? I guess that works. You can? Really? Is there an advantage to diluting with water? Over medium? Because I found that it gets very scratchy, like you the pigment for some reason doesn't work quite as well. Maybe I did something wrong though, but it felt like it wasn't really meant to be watered down. Okay, we have a very, yeah, but for contrast paints? No, I'm talking specifically contrast paints. I understand that for regular acrylics it's very handy. But for contrast paints it seems like a bad idea to use a wet palette. I guess you don't dilute it very much, but you still dilute it a little bit with water. You can do the same thing, it's just trickier. Yeah, I've been using this bathroom tile. Which I like quite a bit. Honestly, I think what I should have is like a little well, or whatever you call these, like a little palette with like the little, you know, wells in there. It's literally a bathroom tile, yes. It's another bathroom tile. Hype, right? Look, it even has the "you should glue this on the wall" texture on the back. Okay. I think I've got all of the fleshy bits that I needed to painted. I also painted some of the sections on accident that weren't supposed to be, or at least I accidentally touched some of the sections that weren't supposed to be touched. Oh, there is one little bit over here that I missed. Right over here, close to the carapace. Kind of a tricky area to get to though with a brush, because of the base of the mini. No, I'm gonna have to create a little bit more. I'm definitely down to upload this to the More Lowko channel, assuming I like complete this and I am reasonably happy with the result. Maybe there are going to be people watching this on the More Lowko channel in the future. Hello, More Lowko viewers, potentially. I don't know. Okay. It's just that if I make YouTube videos about this, and kind of the same thing for streaming too, but I feel like people have expectations, you know, of a certain quality. Because everybody that streams Warhammer Mini painting is really fucking good. And then there's me. Like, I'm struggling tickling this guy's balls right now, dude. Like, I feel like a really good painter would tickle this guy's balls easy with a brush. You know? You gotta get the angle right, guys, and then you gotta hold your brush steady. They make it look easy when they're tickling them, but it's definitely a skill that is honed over many years. Okay. Is that it? Did we do all of the little sections here? Need a little bit more tickling. Okay. Just tickle the way you like it, Lowko? Okay, yeah, that's what I'm doing, man. Thank you for the advice. That's good advice. I usually stream 6 hours at a time, every day except Wednesdays and Sundays. That is assuming I'm not casting a StarCraft tournament, like for example this week. Or, you know, if I have any other thing, but that's usually the schedule that I have. Emphasis on usually, though. I usually stream Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, 2 to 8 p.m. Central European. But sometimes I go longer, sometimes I go shorter. I was actually not feeling that great this morning for some reason. I think I don't know. The stream is nursing me back to full HP, dude. I get the stream buff. I don't know, I had like a random headache, I was feeling a little, ugh. You know what I mean? You know that feeling when you wake up and you're feeling a little, ugh? That's how I felt this morning. Yeah. Oh, I am 100% saving this mini, yes. Yeah, but then I saw Rumpus in the chat, and you know what? Immediately, I felt better. You know how it is. It's a case on a Monday, it's on a Friday. For some reason, I made a mess on this arm. I don't know how I did that. It's fine. It's called karma, Lowko? Well, I gave you a compliment, bro! What the heck? This guy. Can you believe it? I will be playing the new RimWorld DLC, yeah. Dude, Rumpus is not even listening to what I'm saying anymore. He just believes that I am trash-talking him. Can you believe this? I said I was feeling pretty shitty this morning, but then I started my stream, I saw Rumpus in the chat, and suddenly, I feel great. And the man gets upset at me for that. Like, wow, man. Can you Yeah, he's got selective hearing. He just hears his name come up and he assumes that I'm trash-talking him. To be fair, those odds are pretty good, but... Alrighty, let us have a look at the next step, guys. We're gonna have to let this dry, but...
So what we're going to do is we're going to take some Guilliman flesh and we're going to apply this to all that kind of slightly softer flesh. So we've got these little sacks.
He said sacks. Whoa, don't tell Mom.
His head.
She's gonna be so mad, dude.
Right, that one.
I'm gonna have to clean up my sacks a little bit, though. With a little bit of Wraithbone.
And we've got those areas in the joints that we talked about.
Mr. Foss, no! Shake it! Shake it! Okay. Right between his legs.
With that now done, what we're going to do is we're going to take some Magos Purple.
Okay. That'll be the next step. I need to download something now as my internet is still trash. This means I must be away. No! Peter, no! Wow, Peter's leaving us. Again. One day he's flexing with his new router. The next day he's like, oh, my internet sucks, I gotta go. He needs to download something. What do you think he's downloading, chat? It is a little suspicious, let me say. He's downloading more RAM? Yeah, maybe? Why does this paint look a very different color than my... Is this the right color, isn't it? Yeah, it is. I guess it will be when it's dry. I did a very thin coat of the primer this time around. I think what Peter is doing is probably downloading my YouTube video so he can go watch it tonight. That's what he's doing. That's gotta be it. That's gotta be it. I think we figured it out. So basically I'm brightening up the little mistakes that I made. So we can get some easy contrast applications again. I'm covering up my mistakes with more paint. That's what I like to do in real life too. Whenever I make mistakes, I just slather paint on top of it. Yeah, we call them happy accidents, obviously. That is one thing I've learned from miniature painting. If you make a mess up, just pour paint all over it. I apply that right now with everything. You mess up your taxes, pour paint over it. Your wife's unhappy with you, pour paint over her. These are just little tips that I've learned in these last couple months. No. Grimdy heard something else. Grimdy? I'm talking acrylic paint. I don't know what you're on about. Guys, I love this brush. This brush is awesome. It's the first time I'm using it. I have no idea how long it'll last, but I'm gonna take very good care of you, okay? Little brush, I'm gonna be taking care of you, bro. Like no one's ever done. I'm gonna be shampooing its hair every time I use it. I don't even shampoo my own hair that much. I'm gonna shampoo this brush more frequently than my own hair. Look how tight that point is, bro. Look at that. You seeing this shit? Oof. Oof. You're not even married, Grimdy. What are you even on about right now? Grimdy's losing it, guys. I guess it is almost the weekend. You're allowed. He's very, yeah, it's okay, it's okay. That is generally frowned upon, Grimdy, but those are just social norms, man. Look at the little kitty cat. Oh, he's so cute. Did you know some people don't have cats? Some people don't even like cats. What? What? How weird. What's going on, Benner? Like, I don't have a cat, I have a dog? Oh, okay, that counts too. I can't believe I was so on the fence about cats, though. It's actually kind of funny. I really didn't know if I was gonna like cats before we got cats. Laurent told me I was gonna like cats. I was like, eh. And then we went to see kittens. And I wanted to bring them all home immediately. All of them. Right away. You're gonna like cats? Or else. Yeah, basically. That was a subtle ultimatum there. Okay. Bro, I'm fixing up too many of my mistakes now, man. Can you believe it? Now, the easy solution to not having to do this is to not make mistakes in the first place. If I didn't mess up, I wouldn't have to cover up my mistakes. So my advice for you is to not ever make mistakes in life, chat. That way you don't have to cover anything up with paint. Ever. Not your wife, not your taxes, not your miniatures. You can do that. Yeah. You can do that easy. Well, you can do that by, you know, not doing anything. Can't fuck up if you don't do anything. Just stay indoors. Do nothing. Okay. Oh, what the heck? I finished it. Somehow, I have missed an entire bone on this guy's body. Impressive, really. Okay, so these sections over here are gonna be that color. Sorry, I'm just looking at the video. The little knee pads, okay. The knee pads are gonna be that color. The little sections here on the elbow. Are elbows. This guy's got a lot. It's a lot of elbows. Don't neglect. No, we're not neglecting the bone. Don't worry, man. I will get a little bit of paint here in a moment and paint it. I see you're concerned. Don't worry about it though. You don't have to be.